The first thing I want to say is that over the last few years, the last few decades, we have developed a strategic partnership relationship between Russia and China that previously had not been achieved in the history of our two nations. A high level of trust and cooperation, and in all areas, in politics, in the economy, in technology, and in the area of military and technical cooperation. We do not believe that China is a threat to us. That's one. China is a friendly nation. It has not declared us an enemy, as the United States has done.
China hasn't been...
Don't you know anything about this? So that's number one. Number two is that China is a huge, powerful country, 1.5 billion people. In terms of purchasing power parity, the Chinese economy has exceeded the size of the US economy. And in terms of trade, for the previous year, last year, China tied Europe for the first place, whereas the US dropped to the second position. Do you know about this? China has been developing, and I understand that what's beginning to happen is a certain kind of confrontation with China. Everybody understands it. We can see it. Why hide from this or be scared by these issues? However, we're not alarmed by it, including, among other things, the fact that our defense sufficiency, as we call it, is at a very high level, including because of this. But the most important thing is the nature and level of our relationship with China. You said China will have 4 aircraft carriers. How many does the United States have?
A lot more.
There you go. That's my point. Why would we worry about the Chinese aircraft carriers? On top of everything else, we have a vast border with China, but it's a land border. What, do you think the Chinese aircraft carriers will be sent to cross our land border into our territory? This is just a meaningless conversation.
But you also have a Pacific coast.
But you're right, there will be 4 of them. Yes, there will be 4 of them. Coast? Well, the coast is huge, but the bulk of the border between us and China is a land border. And yes, you're right that there will be 4 of them, because 1 needs to be in maintenance, 1 needs to be on combat duty, 1 needs to be in repairs. There is nothing excessive here for China.